Every wish has a cost, and this time it's not gold or power, it's love. Welcome to part 4 of Genie Make a Wish. This is the finale where memories disappear, choices become permanent, and even immortals have to face consequences. I'm Layla, and let's finish the story. The YouTuber told his wife about the genie, the reason why their channels are blowing up. He wanted them to put their heads together to plan their last two wishes carefully. The wife asked if she could use one wish to save her father, who was dying of cancer. But the husband snapped, "Why waste a wish on something money can buy? We can just wish for money." She fell silent, hurt. She sees the man for who he really is. Aaron went to confront Eli, the dark angel, hoping to recover what he'd forgotten. "I know I took your feather once, and I wrote all over my lamp, but I don't remember when or why." The last wish Kelly made in her past life came true, didn't it? She wished for us to both be punished, and that's why we're met again. If I destroy a city, I must have lost Kelly. Tell me, Eli, how much time does she have left? Eli scoffed it. Why do you care for immortal? You never learn. God keeps forgiving bastards like you. The YouTuber husband couldn't stop smiling. Their old videos are finally getting views again. But the wife wasn't smiling. "I want a divorce," she said quietly. "And just one wish, to save my dad." He brushes it off. "These are my wishes, not ours." That single line broke her heart. Later that day, he screamed when he saw their channels are gone. His wife stood firmly. "It was under my name. You want it back? Bring me the genie." He exploded, rage overtaking reason. And in his anger, he made his third and dumbest wish, that my wife forgets everything about the genie, every single detail. Back in Korea, one of Grandma Yuna's old friends grew suspicious. She saw Celine shopping at this market, preparing for ancestral offerings. That was something only family members did. So later that night, the auntie creeped into Kelly's house, raging the fridge for leftovers. And then she saw the food, she took one bite, and she realized this is Yuna's cooking. "She's here," the woman whispered. "Yuna's not in Hawaii." This is when Celine walks in, which is actually Yuna in her young self. She's startled, grasps, like, you are Yuna, because she saw the mole on her neck. "How is this possible? What did you do?" Before Celine could explain, the auntie screamed and ran out into the night. Kelly travels to Dubai, searching for answers from Genie Kira. Kira studies her carefully. "Do you know who Iron really is?" She continued. "In the world of heavens, he stood in the front lines. He saved us from the angels. We all bow our heads to humans, but he refused and was cast to hell. When the death of a human drove him to destroy an entire city, I couldn't comprehend it. And that human was me? Yes, you caused the golden ring. But even now, the source of Iron's rage and his lost memories is still a mystery." In Dubai at night, Kelly and Irons are together, and while Kelly stepped away to change, her brother's spirit appeared before Iron, showing him the memory he had long forgotten. In this vision, back in time, Iron found Kelly again, grown and alive. She didn't remember him, but he recognized her instantly by her scent and by the scars on her face. He thought she died long ago, and yet here she was, and the punishment she wished on him seemed to have never come. To get her attention, the genie tripped Kelly on purpose. She fell, and the dates that she was carrying to sell has fell all over and scattered everywhere. Flustered, she glared. "How are you going to repay me?" So Iron magically took a bag of coins from a rich man and handed to her. Kelly, unaware the money was stolen, smiled gratefully and shared her dates with him. Even with so little, she always gave to those who have less. So with that money, she dreamed of buying a camel so she can finally return home to grow young. When Kelly went to buy the camel, bandits attacked her, beating her down. Iron appeared in a burst of sandstorm. Then the men screamed, "It's Satan!" and fled, all but one. Iron killed him without hesitation, returning the stolen coins to Kelly as if it was kindness. And she trembled. "You are really Satan. How could you kill a man?" She looked at the blood on the coins. "This only happened because I was greedy. I never should have taken more than I earned. I never want to see you again." Iron followed her, pleading. "He was a bad man. He would have hurt others." Kelly ignored him. He hovered beside her, almost childlike, asking for forgiveness. Then he offered to help her return to Roya. When she heard that, a small smile returned. Sitting in her rag make home, she began saving again for the camel. Iron watched her quietly, confused. "Don't you ever feel angry living like this?" Kelly looked up. "I died once and came back. I don't remember how, but these scars must be from them. If I was kept alive, there must be a reason. So I'll live life to the fullest." Iron was both moved and ashamed, knowing he was the one who caused these scars. And in one afternoon, Kelly bought medicine for a sick child. Iron appeared beside her. "Are you planning to care for every human you meet? Don't. They will betray you." But as he looked closer, he sensed something strange. This boy wasn't fully human. He carried both mortal blood and genie energy. The child smiled faintly. "You are Iron, right? Make me whole. Make me a true genie." He held out a roll of threads in his hands. "These threads can bind genies." Iron looked at him for a moment and said, "No." That night, Kelly sat sewing a dress for her journey home. But the light was too thin to see, so Iron brought her to inside his lamp. There's gold shimmers everywhere, bright as day. Kelly smiled. "It's beautiful. It reminds me of home." She told him about the seasons in Giro, the colors of spring, the snow that softened rooftops in winter. He watches her speak, hand pressed to his chest, as if something there ached. Later, he took her to the desert. She pointed toward the stars. "Where I'm from, we write our wishes, put them in a little boat, and let the tide carry them away. Once the boat disappears, we'll believe the wish will come true." She looked up in the sky, but Iron looked only at her. That night, he stole a feather from Eli's wing and wrote across the walls of his lamp about her, about the stars, about how selfless she was. His chest burned again, and this time it wasn't anger. Days passed in peace until Iron's body began to glow. He froze. A new master had summoned him. He thought it was impossible. Wasn't Kelly his owner? But the one holding the lamp was a man from the desert, Matthew. Iron's eyes widened. He knew that face. He's one of the kidnappers who had taken Kelly as a child. A man who should have died. Matthew smirked. "For my first wish, I want to be the richest man in the world." Iron sighed. Predictable. Still, he granted it. Soon, Matthew walked through the streets, dripping in gold, yet people still looked down on him. So his second wish came darkly. "Then make them suffer. Let everyone who mocked me die in pain." Iron despised him, but the wish was fulfilled, and the city began to burn. Kelly sold dates by the roadside, her hands stained with sweetness. Through the crowd, a man dressed in gold stopped. "It's Matthew." "Hey," he said with a smirk. "You gave me the sweetest days I ever had. Now I can give you anything you want. Jewels, houses, servants. Just say the word." Kelly shook her head. I don't want anything I didn't earn myself. I'll be going home soon. Matthew's smile cracked. Home? You are the slave girl I brought here, and now you're pitying me? That night, under the plaza lights, he summoned the genie. Iron appeared in a swirl of smoke. Let's hear it. Your final wish. Matthew's eyes glinted. Her submission. Make her stay by my side forever. Iron smirked. Your wish is granted. A heart that won't bow for all the girl in the world. I'd like to see who this is. He turned and saw Kelly. Then the smirk vanished. Moments later, Matthew forgot his wishes because he's granted his third wish. But he hasn't forgot his obsession. He chased Kelly through the crowd. Iron tried to move, but suddenly his feet couldn't budge. As heavy as iron. Threads coiled around him like shackles. A child stood nearby, watching. Iron shouted, What is this? Take it off! The boy smirked. You refused my gift. Now you'll see its strength. Bound and helpless, Iron watched as Matthew drew a sword and struck Kelly. Her blood splashed across the threads. He clasped beside her, holding her with his trembling hands. Kelly whispers, In Gero, everyone has 4 lives. Come and find me in one of them. Her eyes flutter shut. Wait, please, Iron begged, just hold on. He conjured his lamp before the crowd. I am Iron, the spirit of the lamp. 3 wishes to anyone. Please, you use your first wish to save this girl. Whatever else you desire, I'll grant your second and third wishes. The crowd froze. Finally, a man stepped forward. I'll do it. Make me richer than Matthew. Immediately, he broke his promise. But the genie has no choice. Iron glowed. The gold poured before the man in mountains. No, please. Iron begged, save her before she takes her last breath. But the man ignored his pleas. More gold, more gold. He rubbed the lamp again. Well, piled higher, swallowing the plaza, the crowd stared in awe. Please, Iron cried. This is your final wish. Save her. But the man only shouted, Genie, I want more gold, enough to fill the city. Kelly's voice trembled her final breath. I'm sorry for leaving you all alone. Her hand slipped from his. The threads snapped with her touch. And the genie felt true heartbreak for the first time. His light burst open. From the heavens, gold began to rain. But seeing the crowd's greed, his sorrow turned to fury. He summoned a flaming sword and struck Matthew down upon the stone. His cries became a sandstorm, devouring the city as he carried Kelly's body away. In the desert, he fell to his knees. Whatever the punishment, I accept it. Just let me see her again in another life. His body turned to light. The lamp sank beneath the sand. And that was how her final wish was granted. Through this vision, Iron remembered everything. And his punishment was heartbreak, deep enough to last lifetimes. Back in Korea, the accusing friend returned with a crowd of villagers outside Kelly's house. I swear, Eunice become a young woman, she shouted. Of course, no one believes her. Frustrated, she burst into the empty house, then dashed toward the field. Screeching tires, then silence. There was a car accident, and she was gone. Meanwhile, the YouTuber couple struggled to log into their channel. Since the husband's wish had wiped the wife's memories, she's forgotten everything about their fight. She's slamming the keyboard. Why can't I remember the password? I try our anniversary, your birthday, the day we met. Nothing works. Hearing that, the husband froze. These were his dates, the moment that matters to her. For the first time, he saw how selfish it's been. I'll make sure your dad gets better, he said quietly, and left to make his final wish. Soon after, her father miraculously recovered. She's overjoyed, thanking her husband for his good thoughts, never knowing the price he had paid. Later, luckily, they are able to reset the channel using her father's phone. Alas, he learned what really mattered. At the auto shop, Kelly emptied her safe, stack of cash into an LV bag. She went straight to Hannah's home. I'm here to buy your final wish, she said calmly. If you refuse, I'll burn this money, and I can wish away anything you ask for. Hannah hesitated, then agreed. She made her last wish exactly as Kelly instructed. Cole and his men plotted how to draw the genie out. His father, Sean, sat chained in a dark cell, forced to sing that cursed melody meant to put everyone to sleep. Before Cole could make him start, the air shimmered. Iron appeared and took Sean's place behind the bar. Cole unwrapped the thread from his father's ankle. Sean exhaled in relief. Finally free. But Cole only smiled. Without warning, he drove a hard magic thread straight into Sean's chest. Unnecessary. But he already knew his father would betray him. He left Iron bound in a cage and went hunting for Kelly. Cole's men dragged Kelly in. Make your final wish, he demanded. Transfer the lamp to me. Kelly glared at him. Never. He raised his hand, and suddenly she vanished. She reappeared inside the cage before Iron. That was Hannah's last wish, the one Kelly had bought. She tore the thread from Iron's arms. He grasped the glowing threads. With this, I can reach my brother's garden and end the immortal one. Kelly nodded. Go, don't worry about me. And in an instant, he was gone. Outside, Cole's men are searching the grounds. Then a shadow sweeps across the sky, landing before them. It transferred into Neva, the angel servant. Following her master's command, she offered Cole a gift, the genie's lamp. From within, Soren emerged. He's roaring, shifting into his beast form, and touring through Cole's men. In the meantime, Cole slipped into the lamp's realm, pretending to be an ally. He lured Melody and Celine out with soft words and false promises. And the moment they stepped outside, betrayal struck. Chaos erupted. Storm fought fiercely until he was stabbed. Celine, sensing her time had come, took the bullet meant for Melody. Before she fell, she seized the magical thread and swallowed it. Outside, the villagers finally gathered their courage and stormed into the fight again. But the Cole and his men had sneaked Kelly into the basement. Make a wish, he hissed. Transfer the lamp to me. Kelly glared at him. Never. Enraged, Cole grabbed her by the throat. He knew Iron would come. He'd seen it before. And miles away, Iron did appear in the golden desert of Dubai. He pulled his sword from the stone and marched toward the Garden of Life. Then, lightning cracked, thunder roared. Eli appeared, wings spread wide. They clashed, ignited the sky, fire against light. Iron struck from behind, cutting off one of Eli's wings. Eli fell, defeated, but alive. Iron wrapping his blade with the magical thread that could kill gods and genies alike. He drove it into the immortal tree, and at that moment, Cole's body began to dissolve, his power unveiling. While Kelly slipped into unconsciousness when the storm cleared and the chaos was finally over. The games were gone, the city was quiet, but Grandma Yuna had passed away, and Soren's body has turned to dust. At the funeral, Kelly used her grandma's real name and photo. She stood motionless beside the coffin. No tears, no trembling hands, and the other whispered, calling her heartless again. But inside, she felt something deeper, something even she couldn't name. Inside Hannah's room, she's trembling, scrolling through her phone, surrounded by silence. A bag of cash rested on the floor beside her. Then it hit her. She'd seen that bag before. She opened social media, and there it was, Kelly's bag. She rushed to Kelly's house. I know this bag belonged to you, Hannah said. I don't remember what happened, but knowing myself, I could have stolen this from you. I was jealous. I wanted you ruined. And if I did it, I'm sorry. Please take it back. But, help me explain things to the bank. Just, I want my life back. That night, Kelly buried a bag of money in her yard. Under the moonlight, she realized everything has come to an end. Her grandmother's story was complete, Melody was driving, and Kelly has no one left to protect. So she rubbed the lamp again and again, through the night and into the morning. But Iron never appeared. Kelly eventually books a flight to Dubai, and when the plane lands, she heads straight into the desert. Come on, Aaron, she calls into the dunes. Show yourself. You said you'd never leave me. She walked for hours through the sand and silence. Night, bleeding into morning. A storm began to rise, and through the swirling dust, the genie appears. His eyes are red, his face heavy with sorrow. Kelly stepped forward. What took you so long? You know how long I've been searching for you? Why didn't you answer? You could have come when I called. You are a genie. You're supposed to grant me a wish, and this time it's a selfish one. I want to understand my grandma's pain. Raising a stone as if it were a jewel, I want to know the fear my neighbors felt. Raising me while judging me, I want to feel Melanie's selfishness friendship and the meaning behind every word you wrote inside your lamp. Allow me to feel humanity for a single day. Give me what they call emotion in its purest form. When that day ends, I'll go back to being the cold one, the condemned one. And that's how I'll die. And that's my final wish. The genie's voice shakes. You think I'm capable of killing you? Yes, because I'm selfish. You can take your revenge and your freedom. Iron looks at her heartbroken. At the end of it all, you still make wishes for someone else. He kneels before her, and for the first time, the genie bows to a human. I will no longer exist in your memories. You, the one I love, the only human I ever respected. Goodbye. He glows softly, and then he disappeared into the desert. Now Kelly stands alone in the desert. The air feels still, too still. And then something changed inside her. A wave of emotions crashing through her chest. The grief of her grandmother, the warmth of Melanie's laughter, the quiet love of the neighbor who pitied her. Every memory she ever understood, she feels it now, all at once. It hurts. It's unbearable. For the first time in her life, she cries, really cries. As she crawls through the sand, a shadow falls across her. Neva appears, the angel servant. Her wings faint, her voice gentle. I bring you a gift, she says. The memory you have lost. The visions flood her mind. Her time with Iron, his smile, his warmth, the words written all over his lamp. The moment he bowed before her, tears blur her sight. She whispered, I forgot our love. And he still couldn't kill me because he loved me. She presses upon to the sand. I hope you will be free and to live, and that's why I did what I did. Far away on the other side of the desert, Iron appeared before Eli. Eli sneers. So she made her selfish wish? Isn't this your chance to kill her? Iron frowns. Something feels wrong. But before he can move, his body locks. forced to the ground. Since he bowed to a human, Eli now holds the power to execute him. Iron pleads, "Tell God she's done nothing wrong." But Eli left his blade. A flash, and Iron fell into the sand. The wind carries light away. In Korea, Melanie gets a call. Kelly has passed, alone, crying. After the funeral, Melanie visits Kelly's grave every week. Her tears fall into the stone, and the wind stirs around her. Sand swirls, and a figure emerges, a genie. "Tell me a wish," it says. Melanie freezes. This genie looks exactly like Kelly. Realizing her friend has now become a genie, Melanie smiles through tears. "My first wish is to share pork stew with you every Wednesday. My second wish, send every kid who needs dental work but can't afford it to my clinic." Kelly laughs softly, her eyes warm now. Not cold like before. She whispers, "Save your third wish. If you don't use it, you won't forget me." And Melanie nods. Time passes. Melanie and Kelly spend more days together, laughing, crying, living. And Melanie realizes Kelly isn't a psychopath anymore. She feels everything: love, pain, joy. One day, Melody returned to the grave with Kelly beside her. Melody says, I always imagine what I'd do if you die, but I was never ready for what to do if you cried. Whether you're a genie or a spirit, be happy. Don't cry. Don't die. Reunite with the one you miss the most. That's my third wish." Kelly panics. "Wait, if you make that wish, you forget me." She looks at her body. No light. What does this mean? It's already fulfilled? Oh, it's because I already met you again. But Melody turns to leave. Kelly watches her walk away as she forgets everything. Under the cherry blossoms, Kelly whispered, "It must have been so lonely for you, Iron, to remember when everyone else forgets." Petals drift through the rain. She tilted her head up, and a hand reaches out, turning her face. He kissed her. Her confusion melts into joy. Iron stands before her, smiling. "It's been a while," he says. "I missed you." By God's grace, Iron has returned, and Kelly's final wish has been fulfilled. They continue their lives as genies, arguing, laughing, loving. He still works for food. She still chooses designer bags. And somewhere in Dubai, when the wind from tiny tornado in the sand, Melanie visits again, even without memories, drawn by a feeling she can't explain. Each time it happens, a new wish is about to begin. And that is the end of Genie Make a Wish. I never expected Kelly to become a genie, but it feels perfect. Now she and Iron can be together forever and each other's memories never fades. So if you had three wishes, would love be one of them? Tell me in the comments and I'll see you in the next story.